Welcome back, everyone. Today, no chess recap for me. Today was round 11 of the European Chess Championship. I drew my last game against a young FIDE master from Romania, and I'm just super tired. So I just can't do a recap. I had like a 5.5 hour game, and I was like clinging on to a draw. I was completely lost at some point, and somehow managed to make a draw. So as you saw from how the tournament is going, it was an absolute disaster of a result. The worst tournament I played in many years basically, and yeah, there's not much else to say. I hope you still enjoyed following the event and following my recaps. I think I did have a couple of interesting games, and I hope that at least the analysis has been fun to follow. There were many points in the tournament that simply went wrong. I mean, the two games I lost against lower rated opponents, against Jordanov and against Dotzer, were both just completely unnecessary. In the one game I was better, and in the other game I was completely winning. But somehow I just didn't go my way in this tournament, and there are a couple of reasons for that why I think that might have happened, which I'm gonna briefly get into now. Just gonna give you my thoughts. I think the main reason is that I was simply a bit out of practice. I haven't played much recently. I mean, I did play a couple of leagues, but I haven't played any other tournaments than that. My last tournament was, in fact, the last European Chess Championship, which was, I think, in October or November. And I simply haven't worked much on my own chess. I think that's kind of the main takeaway. I've been working for Hare Krishna as a second whole January for Talasteel. I did a lot of coaching. I worked on some courses, but simply haven't done anything for my own chess. And that's kind of like a wake up call for me that simply I also have to work for myself to be able to perform, which is not nothing that surprising, but still now I got this wake up call, and now I know that if I want to be able to perform well, I also need to continue working on my own chess, and that's simply what I learned. And also, I mean, everyone has a bad tournament once in a while, and simply now was that time for me. I also saw some other players in that event. Simply, I know it's kind of bad way to compare yourself to others also in that regard, but some other players even had it worse than me. Like some very strong players like Mathias Bartel, I think lost 26 rating points. David Anton also 25 or something like that. So just sometimes it's not going your way, and that was simply how it was for me. I felt very down the last couple of days when it all started to go badly. But now that the tournament is over, I kind of I'm just feeling better again. That all of this pressure is gone, and that's also something I need to work on for in the future. Simply not to make myself this pressure to just gain rating and look at the rating all the time, because simply in the long run it just doesn't matter. If you now have 10 or 20 rating points more or less, at least in my case there's no difference, because I plan on continuing, um, which also I mean I was even thinking in this tournament at some point I had the thoughts of like quitting the tournament, but in the end I'm happy that I pulled through, and that I just didn't quit the tournament and just continued fighting, even though it was super unpleasant, and I didn't feel like playing on many of the days, because I was just doing so badly. But just important to keep on going, and that's what I'm planning to do, to keep on fighting basically. And I'm confident that I'm gonna win back my rating, and that I'm gonna improve, and that I'll work on the things that have gone wrong basically. So yeah, I think that's it for this tournament. I'm trying to close this chapter basically, and to look forward to other things. I'm actually going back home tomorrow on Thursday to Vienna. but I'm only staying there for one night. And on Friday in the morning, I'm already going to the Czech Republic to play the Czech League there, which starts already on Friday. So I only have one day in between where I'm also traveling, and then I have 3 games on the weekend, and then again only 2 rest days, and then I'm going to the Austrian Bundesliga. So it's a very tough schedule now, and I'm already kind of on my limits now, but that's just how it is. And I'm really motivated now to fight back after this disastrous tournament and just show the people what I got and what I can do, and also show that to myself, because after such an event, it's also quite hard with your own self-confidence. At least that's also what I'm kind of struggling with, that if you're having such a rough event, to kind of find this belief in yourself again. So anyway, that's the chapter of the European Chess Championship 2025. I'm gonna close it now and try to learn from it and learn from my mistakes so that they won't happen again in the future. So again, thank you all for watching the coverage of this event. I hope you found some value in the analysis, and hope you enjoyed following this journey. Again, thank you so much for all the encouragement during the event. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys soon.